welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing what a scarcity mindset is. We are also going to be talking about some of the clues that may entail if a person is suffering from a scarcity mentality, and I'm going to be sharing with you all some tips and tricks to get over it. First and foremost, I do want to say that I am making this video out of nothing but respect and love and honor for you guys. I do take into consideration the fact that there are a lot of people who aren't as fortunate as others to be living in a rich neighborhood or living in a positive, free-flowing environment. I do understand that there are people who they aren't as fortunate as others. I also understand that we live in a very demanding world. There is a lot of outside pressures from the world going on right now that affect all of us. And I do understand that everybody else has a different level of tolerance when it comes to pain or suffering and things like that. So I do understand that people handle different things differently. And not everybody is able to move as quickly as others when it comes to changing their mindset or maturing or growing due to wherever they're at in their life. So I do take that into consideration. I did want to put that out there before even beginning this video. So now we can talk about what exactly is a scarcity mindset. So a scarcity mindset is basically having the mentality that you do not have enough or cultivating the fear that you do not have enough, whether that be not having enough time, enough resources, or enough opportunities, or even enough relationships or enough love in your life. Really, it can apply to not having enough of anything that you can think of, but it is basically a mentality that makes a person feel like if they don't hold on to what they have, they'll never get it again. If they don't hold on tightly to what is already around them, they will probably never see or be able to feel it or have it or hold it ever again. So instead of enjoying what they have, they're in a constant state of fear and anxiety. So there are a few clues that could entail that a person may be suffering from having a scarcity mindset. And that is, number one, if you constantly focus on what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have, that could be a clue that you are suffering from a scarcity mindset. So if you constantly feel like you have to worry about what you have and what you don't have, and you constantly are in a fear that you will never have enough of what you need, then you could very well be in a scarcity mindset. Number two, another clue that could entail that a person is suffering from a scarcity mindset is if they never feel appreciative for what they do have. Most times when you're focused on the negative, it's really, really hard to see the positives in life. It's kind of like a person who refuses to see the glass as half full instead of seeing it as half empty. People who constantly focus on the negatives in their lives or the losses that they take in their life instead of focusing on the wins and the accomplishments that they already have made or achieved, then they will constantly be living in a fear of grief, anxiety, worry, sadness, even shamefulness. And number three, another reason or another clue that could entail that a person is suffering from a scarcity mindset is if they constantly feel like they're not good enough. So having low self-esteem is another surefire sign that you might be suffering from a scarcity mindset. A lot of times people who don't feel like they deserve to have good things in their life, like good opportunities or good people in their lives who love them and care about them and respect them, or having enough resources, a lot of people who feel like they don't deserve that stuff will constantly be in a state of fear that they will never get that stuff. People who feel like they aren't strong enough or smart enough or agile enough or capable enough to actually receive the things that they want out of life will constantly be in a state of feeling like maybe they don't deserve it. Maybe there's something wrong with them and that's why they can't receive it. So there are a few tips that I can give you to overcome having a scarcity mindset. But before I do that, I want to talk about the importance of getting rid of a scarcity mindset, because if you don't get rid of your scarcity mindset, it can be very detrimental to you and what you have going on. And it could actually ruin whatever you might want for yourself in the future. So if somebody constantly lives in a state of fear, for one, it's not good for their health. Okay, obviously, it's not good for their mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical health, because when you're constantly in flight or fight, or constantly feeling anxious about something, or stressed out, or worried about something, you literally can make yourself sick. You can make yourself sick, and that illness and sickness in your body can manifest in many different ways in the forms of mental illness and physical illness. And it's just not something that you want to do. Also, if you never overcome or conquer or cure your scarcity mindset, you will have a very hard time at manifesting the things that you want out of life and creating the life that you want to live. Because you will be so focused on what you don't have, and you will begin to chase after things that you don't have or things that you want. And the more that you chase after things that you don't have, the more resistance that you build upon receiving those things. So it's kind of like when you see the rabbit running on the little wheel chasing after the carrot, and he's constantly in a state of motion, constantly running towards the carrot, but he can never seem to reach it. Yes, that is what happens when you live with a scarcity mindset. You are never able to truly achieve the things or the goals that you want in life, because you're constantly focused on lack and whatever it is that you're lacking in life, instead of focusing on what you have. So that leads me into my next point, which is how to actually overcome having a scarcity mindset, how to cure it, how to get rid of it. And tip number one is to have more gratitude. There are many different ways to focus on gratitude in your everyday life, whether that be journaling every day. You can journal first thing in the morning, or you can journal right before you go to bed, or any time throughout the day, really, and just write down all the things that you're grateful for, whether that be big or small. Write down every little thing that you are grateful and thankful for, or you can verbalize it out in the open. You can wake up in the morning and you can actually pray or meditate on the things that you're grateful for every single day, and verbalize it into the universe, speak it out into the atmosphere so that you can create positive vibes around you. And also, when you speak about things that you're grateful for throughout the day, it actually does increase your vibration, make your vibration boost up higher, and it actually can make you feel better about your situation, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what situation you're in. So just having gratitude every day, whether it be having a daily gratitude journal, or meditating on gratitude, things that you're grateful for, or just simply saying prayers every day and sending your prayers up to God, thanking God for waking you up in the morning, or allowing you to have Wi-Fi or food in your house or a roof over your head, whatever it may be, just sending gratitude and putting it out into the universe is a great way to start overcoming scarcity mindset, because then you shift your focus from lack to having everything that you already need. And when the universe sees that you have everything that you already need, the universe gives you more. But when the universe sees that you constantly are in a state of feeling like you don't have everything you need, the universe has a funny way of taking more from you. So the next tip that I would give for somebody to help them overcome having a scarcity mindset is to just be mindful. Start being mindful of the thoughts that run throughout your head every day. That is a great place to start. If you feel like you just can't start being grateful, or if you feel like you just can't find anything to be grateful for throughout the day, you can start with just focusing on your thoughts and becoming more mindful and aware of your thoughts. So you can start focusing on times when thoughts pop in your head that might be negative, like say for instance you're worried about quitting your job because you feel like maybe you'll never find another job that's better than the one that you have. So you can notice times that you have thoughts like that, and you can replace them with thoughts that are polar opposite to that, even if you don't believe them. And the more you think about those thoughts, the more you will start to believe them. And my last and final tip to help somebody overcome having a scarcity mentality is to, of course, my favorite tip, utilize guided meditations. There are so many guided meditations out there on the internet and in real life. Yes, there are guided meditation events and paid for guided meditation sessions that you can actually book tickets for and go to. But there are so many free guided meditations online. There are a lot of different websites out there. There are a lot of spiritualists and spiritual gurus here on YouTube that actually have free guided meditations here. There are a lot of guided meditations that you can listen to on podcasts and just on Audible even. There are a lot of guided meditations on different websites out there that you can find. And it's my favorite way to get started with anything. I love meditation, but sometimes meditating with just off of the strength of my own mind can be kind of tricky sometimes for me, because it's hard for me to stay focused. So guided meditations always help me out. I love just popping in my earbuds and just following along and listening to the hypnotic sounds of somebody's voice, just telling me what to do, helping me to clear my mind, helping me to focus on my breathing and my breath work, and it's just amazing. So I definitely recommend guided meditations. And that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to share your experience with me, maybe you've suffered from having a scarcity mindset, or maybe you know somebody who suffered from having a scarcity mindset and you just want to share some stories with me down below, I'm definitely here to listen, because remember, we are definitely on this journey together. I'm right along with you. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who you think may need to hear it. And again, don't forget, most importantly, to stay wonderfully divine. Mwah.